How you doing, love? Good.
We're supposed to be instructional leaders. That's the new term. Leaders who focus on instruction, who focus on good teaching. You have to be in the classrooms to see the teachers. You have to talk to the students and be in the room to make sure they're doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Okay? How do you know that Joey's mother is disappointed that she won't be able to take pictures? Angel?
They left his project behind.
Because they left the project behind. That's the evidence. Every conclusion has to have what?
Mrs. Stadahar is one of the strongest teachers that I have. She is a teacher who really sets her goals up well, explains to her students what's supposed to happen, and makes sure that they're getting what they're supposed to get.
Minerals and all kinds of test tubes and big. How do you know? Give me 3 examples.
That's a great classroom. She's just absolutely one of my best all day long.
Yeah.
Mrs. Dubin had been the Head Start teacher for the last 9 or 10 years, but we needed to have more support at the first grade level. So she was asked to take the first grade class. We recognized quite quickly that she needed support.
I've been having days where I just can't hold, I come home and I'm crying and I'm miserable.
We are not doing enough to support you. And I feel bad about that because the question became, how are we going to support her when we also had 10 other teachers who were new? You know, you can do it, but we have to help you. We have to help you. We're going to put Ms. King in with you. She's going to model for you. She's going to give you strategies and practical advice that you can do, but I want you to learn it because I can't keep her in there with you.
No, I understand.
And then we're going to do everything we can.
Thank you.
Okay? Mrs. Dubin wants to do better. The last 3 weeks, we've had a teacher in there modeling for her retired teacher, Mrs. King, who's been working with her and who's been in several other roles.
Are you ready? Together. What word is this? Die. All right, what's the next word? What's the next word?
Levante. What does plow mean?
The planning, the organization, the structure of the room, the transitions, that all has to come from the teacher. Mrs. King is modeling it, but you're supposed to take it, look at it, ask questions, be led in that direction, and then when you have the opportunity, kind of soar with it yourself.
What letter is that?
Oh, no.
You don't know?
Miss Dubin has to go. But she's going because I've done all that I can do. The other administrators have done all they can do, and she hasn't done all she can do.
Failing as a teacher.
This is a hard job. When you're getting rid of someone, they're losing their livelihood. I don't want to be responsible for that unless I have to. But when I have to, it happens.
I substituted down the hall before, so I got to see what was going on, and I saw students running, and I saw students fighting, and it hurt me to see that students weren't learning. So when I came in with my heart open. It's frustrating at times. It is rough at times. But I get up the next morning and say, give them something they didn't get yesterday. Try harder to give them whatever they're missing. And that's all I can do.
Okay, so
The main problem is our children are not comprehending because. Does anyone want to start? Why you think that might be?
I don't know that they're evaluating their text. They're not going back and rereading.
One of my greatest passions is to build leadership within those people that I work with, both teacher leaders and future principal leaders.
And gave back feedback right away.
So Friday responses.
I love that idea.
I think the whole idea of feedback is so important, and if it's not immediate, it's not worth giving.
Do whatever you need to do to get some privacy, okay? This is a personal activity. It says list all the instructional activities that you've done, so please go ahead and list those.
I saw some things earlier this week and last week that I was not happy with, and I just feel we're going in the wrong direction. So I really had to work on how I was going to present this information to them.
Now I want you to draw a circle around all the instructional activities that you performed this week that were of high quality.
These are some great teachers. They're great instructors, but they're not doing what they can do.
I want you to list the lowest performing student in your class. Give me the name of the lowest performing student in your class. I then want you to tell me how you know he's the lowest. What evidence do you have that tells you he's the lowest?
The only way they can own it is if I give it to them in a manner that makes them reflect upon their own practices and techniques.
Why do you think that I did that activity? What do you think some of the reasons are that I did that activity?
Sometimes we don't take the time to sit down and look at how we're doing, what we're doing, and what steps we're taking. So by doing this activity, you're forcing us to take the time that we need for ourselves to recognize our performance and our performance as a school.
Wow, nothing else I guess I need to say, huh?